Technology has given so much to our lives, while at the same time, it's taken away one thing: human movement. It's no secret that with less movement, there's been much more physical ailments. You're probably no stranger to Google searches like this, or YouTube searches like this. There's massive growing industries based on giving relief and fixing pain. But are they really working? Are they getting to that root cause, or just masking the issue for a few moments? Well, there's one thing that you probably haven't tried. It won't be talked about at the doctor's office, and you won't see it on the YouTube fitness homepage. But I'm convinced that it heals the body better than any other treatments or prescriptions out there. It's this new thing called crawling. Ha, see, now that's kind of a joke, because crawling is more ancient than human beings. It's the first thing that we do as we develop from babies. And anyone who has spent time doing it knows that it makes your body feel more connected. But what does connected actually mean? That's one of these holistic words that can seem a bit woo-woo, like grounded or open. It's hard to communicate a feeling that can't be measured. So instead, let's talk about what we do know. We know that humans evolved to locomote. Imagine if we couldn't move forward or back. We would have been extinct a long time ago. The way we move forward is by walking upright. Now, whether we were born to run or did parkour in the trees, we know for sure that we walked a lot. And when we break down walking, we see that it's similar to how most animals move, shifting weight from side to side. Whether upright on 2 feet or down on all fours, the way we move forward is a transfer of force from one side of the body to the other. And what's interesting to note is that this movement is facilitated by the whole body. Nothing moves in isolation. As one leg raises, the other shoulder drives forward. As one leg pushes off, the opposite shoulder drives back. These coordinations are all reactive in the body. We don't have to put conscious effort into them, they just happen. But what happens when these natural patterns become a bit disconnected? Let's take a look at the movements we do in the gym. Most traditional exercises keep our weight in one place, bracing our spine to be stiff and rigid. Even movements that we know to be quite functional, such as the squat, keep our weight in the same place throughout the full movement. Now let's look at the movement we all do most these days, sitting in a chair. Notice the body not shifting from side to side. At all. Now, this isn't a video saying that you shouldn't go to the gym. It's important to be strong, and the best way to become strong is to limit variables. Keep the spine straight and the feet stable so you can do the maximum work with your legs. Or isolate a specific muscle group that seems to have become dormant. But it's not natural human movement. It's rarely linear because it involves movement in all planes of motion. And if you do too much sitting around, or too much traditional exercise, or stack them together, you'll be left feeling disconnected. And pain pops up. We're back to those Google searches seeking to fix our issues. But what if the solution to our problems isn't fixing a specific muscle group, but to practice being more human again? Could we crawl our way back to a pain-free, healthy body? The ground is this lovely tool that we all have access to. Watch an elite level runner and see how they use the ground as their friend to propel themselves forward. Watch a dancer and see how gravity seems to affect them differently. Athletes who master their craft seem like they move lighter. But better yet, watch a young dog run for a ball. There's no inhibition in their movement. They move fast and graceful. Now watch someone with an injury or pain walk. Things look clunky, heavy. But if we can reestablish a good relationship with the ground, we can hopefully build our body back into its natural form, the unrestricted, childlike movement that we all grew up with. So there's this small but growing fitness subculture that are using movements closer to how animals or our early ancestors moved. They use terms like primal movements, animal movements, natural movements, developmental movements. And for the average gym goer, it can look quite strange. Someone hopping around the ground like a monkey. But certain primal movement social media videos blowing up indicates that there's a lot of interest out there. This may be because when you see these movements, there does seem to be something natural about them. Although different, something resonates. And when performed by someone with a lot of practice, they can look functional, but also fluid. And even though these movements have been gaining popularity recently, they've been used for a long time, specifically in martial arts. Go to a jiu-jitsu, judo, or kung fu class and animal movements are used as basic warm-ups. Go to a capoeira class and you'll see that certain styles of capoeira are essentially animal movements. And many other disciplines, including gymnastics and parkour, have used these movements for many years. So why do they use them? Well, they seem to be the best at conditioning joints. A well-conditioned joint is functional and resilient, and it's ready to do more. Picture someone sitting in a chair for 10 hours a day and never fully bending their knee, versus someone who gets into a low crouched position often. Whose knees do you think will be more resilient to movement and life? And this is what most people experience when they start practicing. This connected feeling that I spoke of earlier happens when the body starts utilizing these fundamental movements in a variety of planes of motion. I've spent the last 8 years doing a lot of different styles of ground movement, but I'm convinced that it all starts with the basic crawl. Now, I can say a lot of words about this topic, but it can't really be understood unless you experience it in your body. Luckily, I made a free routine for you as a companion to this video, so you can start crawling your way back to a stronger, more connected body. If you are the type of person who is motivated and wants to go all in, then check out our 90-day course, Move Strong Now, which combines animal movements with strength and mobility work. If you've experienced the magic of crawling, or you're looking forward to your journey, then drop us a comment below. Like this video, subscribe to StrengthSide. I'll see you in the next one, as always.